Blaming the economy for low bookings isn't going to get you anywhere. I hate to be the one to tell you. And today we're going to talk about how to think like a successful person. Hi, I'm Jenny, and I teach wedding cake makers how to be better business owners. Okay, this video is coming from the inspiration for this video is coming from a Facebook post I saw in a group of wedding vendors. And somebody was saying how their bookings were low and they wanted to just get a pulse on what the rest of the environment was like out there and how other vendors were doing. And I have to tell you, so many people commented that they were slow and they were blaming things like the economy. They were blaming the couples themselves and the brides themselves. They were blaming the industry. They were blaming outside forces like the president. I mean, anything that you could think of, any reason that you can think of other than themselves is what people were giving for the reason for slow bookings. And I did not even make a comment on this post because, first of all, it's really, really hard to change people's minds through a post like that. And second of all, I'm having a great year. My weddings are big. People are spending money. People are adding things on to their current orders. I'm doing a ton of hand painting. I'm doing lots of sugar flowers. I just booked a $3,000 wedding cake for October. So things are happening. People are getting married. The weddings are bigger. I'm seeing more meaningful, elaborate, little, not elaborate, but like lots of details in these weddings. So there is plenty of money to go around. And I do want to talk about mindset today. So when you limit your thinking, you really do change your outcome. And then the other way around too, when you expand your thinking and open yourself up to anything, you can do anything. And I am proof, let me tell you. So that's what I want to talk about. And when you're a business owner, it's so easy to get tired and to not want to take responsibility and to blame tariffs or whatever, or the price of food or something like that on on maybe a less than great season. But in reality, it just isn't the case. There's plenty of us to go around. There's plenty of business to go around, first of all. And it's up to us to find the people that are going to spend the money. And when you are thinking that there isn't enough business, guess what? The universe is going to tell you, okay, there's not enough business. Or when you're thinking that it's the cost of groceries that are the reason for not getting the bookings, guess what? That's what the universe is going to bring you. And again, I can tell you a million ways that I have manifested so many things in my life, and it all came from thinking that I could do it. I mean, obviously you have to follow through and do all the work too, but just opening your mind up to what you can accomplish and what is possible is half the battle. Now, it is really hard to just like shift your thinking, but that is what I want to talk about. Like that's the tip that I want to give you today: is start to really be aware of your thinking and think about how you look at things. Okay, so like if you are looking at your next season and you're like, wow, September is usually busy, but now it's not as busy this year. Think about, instead of, oh, it must be the economy or it must be the price of butter, think about things like, okay, what can I do to make things better? Maybe I can do a little bit more networking, or maybe I can do a little bit more on my social media, or maybe I can talk to some some venues or something like that, or reach out to some people that I haven't reached out to. Maybe I can follow up on a couple of inquiries that never got back to me, instead of just sitting back and blaming the economy. And the reason I say that one is because it's just so huge right now. Like everyone, it's the reason that people are spending money, but like if someone's not booking you, it's not because, I mean, I promise you, it's not because of the economy. There's another reason behind it. And um, like I said, like we need to look at ourselves and look at our business and see what we can do differently and see how we can improve. And I just want to give you just a couple examples of the kinds of things that positive thinking can do for you. Okay, so first of all, my business, I've been in business for almost 30 years. I've gotten through two recessions. I honestly did not even notice there was a recession. Uh, I went through a divorce. We went through the pandemic. I was able to bring my business back from that too, and it wasn't because I was sitting there being a victim thinking about, oh, poor me, I lost my business. It wasn't like that. It was like, okay, what can we do? I mean, I was painting houses. I was carving mannequins for my neighbor. I mean, I was doing all kinds of stuff to make money. And I got over that hump and was able to bring my business back after what was that, 6 years ago. So you can make things happen just by shifting the way that you think, and also thinking about how you think about money. So really be aware of how you think about money. So what I mean by that, again, if you're one of those people, and I'm just going to give you some tough love here, but I'm seeing it all over. If you're one of those people that hates rich people for being rich, you're never going to be rich. You're never going to be wealthy if you hate wealthy people, and if you think that wealthy people are bad and poor people are good. That is not going to get you anywhere, I promise you. So, and again, tough love here, but this is what I see all over. The successful people that I see in my circle are people that are very, very aware of how they think about things and how they view the world. There's no victim complex. There's no, oh, that's for other people, not me. I mean, we do have limiting beliefs. I have my own limiting beliefs and I know what they are. But at the same time, I've accomplished more than I ever thought in my whole entire life. And then one of the things that I have talked about this several times, but I do want to give you a little exercise that I do every day, and I will give you an example of how just these visualizations have helped me in my world. So, first of all, I have a vision board on my laptop. So when I open up my laptop, I have a whole picture of everything that I want in my life. Now, I made it a couple years ago. You can make it on Canva. There's a whole template for it. It's actually really fun because you can pick pictures from all over the place. Now, I went crazy. Like, I went way out of the box on this. It wasn't like I want a 2-bedroom house. Like, I went wild, right? And just put stuff on there. I was like, well, what the hell? What do I have to lose, right? I'm just going to put all this stuff on my vision board. Guys, I have knocked off half of those things already. I need to make a new vision board. I'm telling you, like, this stuff works. So that is just one little example of how you can make your thinking more positive and make it so that you're not focusing on the negative aspects in the world right now. So that is one tip. And then the other thing that I do is I in the morning, I know you've heard me talk about this before if you follow me on anything, any platform at all, because I love this exercise. I learned it from Joe, what is his name, Joe Dispenza. He's on YouTube. He's a like a spiritual mentor and speaker. So every morning, if I can, I can't do it every single morning, but every morning, what I do is I give thanks to what I have, and it's usually the same things. It's my family, my home, my skills, my resources, my kitchen, things like that. So I give thanks to that, and then for 7 minutes, I set my timer for 7 minutes. I lay in bed and I visualize all the things I want in my life. I visualize what I want my life to look like. So I don't think about how to get there. I only think about the outcome. I only think about um, what if a picture in my mind represents. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of a true story that just happened. So I accumulated a little bit of debt from a couple of years ago, and it's just been lingering, and it's just been really bothering me because I've never been in debt before COVID, and it really bothered me. So I envisioned paying off my debt, and the picture that I pictured in my head for some reason is standing at the bank teller at my local bank and giving her just like wads of cash. Now, nobody pays me in cash. I take checks and I send a payment link for credit cards. So it's not like I get paid in cash. I do not know where this visualization came from, but that was just the representation of that debt being paid off. So I wasn't thinking about how I'm going to get this cash to do it. I wasn't thinking about any of that. Well, um, I got the opportunity to be gifted a car. And it sounds a little crazy, but let me tell you, first of all, there's a car on my vision board. Okay. I don't know. Universe is like, all right, you want a car, you get a car. So the deal was I would sell my car, my current car, and I can keep the proceeds of that. And I'm like, well, okay, that sounds great. So I go through selling. Now, this was not planned. This came out of thin air. It's crazy. It just came out of thin air. So I go through selling my car, and the buyer is coming from another state. And we agree on a cashier's check. So I'm telling him day of, telling him how to make the check out and everything. So he comes to my home. He spends about an hour in the car, and he comes in. We're ready to transfer the title and everything. And he takes out a wad of cash. I'm like, oh, I thought you were bringing a check. He says, yeah, I was going to bring a check, and then I just decided cash was easier. I just would bring that. I was like, okay. So I didn't really think anything of it. I put the cash away. And then later on, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the bank right now and put this in the bank, and I'm going to pay that bill off. So there I was driving to the bank, ready to stand in front of the bank teller, which is exactly what I did, and hand her a wad of cash to deposit into my account. Now, I have only been doing this visualization since November. So less than a year, that one already came true, and it was not planned. I did not figure out how it was going to happen. It just happened. It was in a way that I never would have expected in a million years. The whole thing was crazy. But that's how powerful your thinking is. So when you're thinking you're going to have a shitty season, guess what? You're going to have a shitty season. If you're thinking that everybody else is rich except for me, that's what's going to happen. The universe is going to tell you, okay, everyone is rich except for me. Like, that's what the universe is going to give you. If you tell yourself that uh, all brides are bridezillas, guess what you're going to attract? All bridezillas. If you're telling yourself that nobody wants a big cake, they all want a small cake, that's what's going to happen. So I'm telling you, this stuff is so powerful. This is one of the things that makes my program stand out from the other programs that are out there. We not only deal with the business part of things, but we really go into a lot of mindset and a lot of changing your thinking and keeping your thinking positive and being grateful for the clients that you do have. And when you have a tough day, like this just happened this weekend, I was running all over the place. I had a couple of challenging weddings, and when I was done, I saw my friends, and they were like, "Oh my God, you had such a long day," because I showed up late because of traffic and stuff. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm fine. Like, I had a great day. I had great customers. It was hot out, but everything worked out awesome. I crushed the designs on my cakes. I love my clients." it, that's when the good things happen to you. When you start thinking like that, the universe rewards you. And when you are grateful for what you have, all that gratitude comes back to you. And again, I am living proof. If someday I'll get into the stories of all the things that I don't even want to say challenges, but like all the things that might sound a little different for growing up than other people. I might get into that someday. I actually will probably get into that someday, but I don't see myself as a victim. I didn't even know I was poor when I was poor. I didn't know any of those things. I wasn't aware. I was just looking forward and thinking of the outcome and thinking of where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And I'm still doing that today. And my little dream house might not be much for anyone else, but it is more than I ever imagined in my whole entire life. And I wake up every single day, and I'm not even kidding you guys. I wake up every single day and I'm like, I can't believe I live here. Like, this is a dream. I do complain about the weather of where I live, but other than that, my little home is just it just makes me so happy to be here. So that is my tip for today. So when you are thinking, start thinking about how you're looking at things. Okay, so focus on the positive things. When you get an inquiry, thank the universe for that inquiry. When you work on a challenging wedding, thank you, universe, for this challenge. It's only making me better. And when you start thinking about what you really want to attract, that's what you're going to attract. And again, if you want to get deeper into this, I go deep into this stuff. I have lots of exercises for people inside of my program. And what this is, it is, I guess you could call it a course, but it also comes with group coaching. So you get the whole program, plus we do group coaching where a lot of that mindset comes in and a lot of just your whole outlook on life. And honestly, like, it's not even just about business. This stuff brings in all kinds of abundance, like so many things that you would never even imagine. Better relationships with your family and your friends and your partners, and just positivity everywhere. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. So I hope you got some value out of this, and just be aware of your thinking. That's what I want you to do. That is the tip for today. Just be aware of how you're thinking about things, because I'm telling you, if you think about it, if you look at successful people, they're not sitting there blaming everybody else. They're getting shit done, okay? And they are dreaming big, and that's what I want you to do, okay? So thank you for being here. I will see you next week. Bye.